Hey, I'm Dr. Rob Wildman with your Sport Nutrition Bite. We're going to talk about hydration because I think a lot of times it's sort of an overlooked factor when it comes to athletic performance. You see the tubs of Gatorade on the sidelines, the big Gatorade dunk of the coaches and so forth. That's valuable fluid to athletic performance. What does water do? Well, water is the basis of the human body. At least 2/3 of the human body is water. For athletes with a higher percentage of muscle, that percentage is higher still. Muscle contains about 73% water. The blood is about 50% water. So some of the most important components of the human body are largely water-based. So we have to keep that in mind. Water and body water help regulate the temperature of the human body. Dissipation of water in the form of sweat keeps the body from overheating. So sweat is actually a good thing. And with athletic training, over time, you actually become a better sweater. You'll produce more sweat over time, and that sweat is more dilute, meaning it doesn't have as much of the electrolytes and minerals that you would lose during evaporation. So, how much water do you need? What are fluid recommendations? Everybody's a little bit different. Sweat rates are a little bit different. It's not hard to see, players coming off of the practice field and just their bodies are covered with sweat. If you weigh them before they go on the field and when they strip down and after they come off, offensive linemen, defensive linemen can lose as much as 6-7 pounds of body water if they're not consuming fluids during a hard practice in the heat. So looking at body weight before and after is one of the best ways to understand how much fluid needs to be replaced during that practice to help maintain good hydration status. You may not get it 100% right, but the more fluid that you can consume closer to what you lose, the better your performance will be during that practice and the better you'll feel when the practice is over. So what are some good recommendations to maintain good hydration status? Well, if you convert sweat and sweat weight to water volume, that'll give you a good insight. For example, if you lose 1 pound during a practice or a game situation, that's equivalent. That's about half a liter of fluid, okay, or 2 cups. If you lose 2 pounds, that's about a liter or 4 cups of fluid. You would need to replace that during the practice or during the game in order to balance that weight loss and to maintain good hydration status. If you're unable to weigh yourself before and after, general rules of thumb for a moderate-sized athlete, maybe somebody my size, might be 1 to 2 cups of fluid every 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how heavy you're sweating. For bigger guys like offensive linemen, defensive linemen, your needs go up from there. And a lot of times I'm asked whether or not I can just consume water if I'm going to be out for a couple of hours and sweating heavily. Well, if you're going to be sweating profusely and you're only going to be drinking water and it's going to last several hours, we do recommend that you include some electrolytes, maybe a sport drink, even if you dilute the sport drink down a little bit. By just consuming water in a heavy sweating situation, you can actually run into problems and dilute out the electrolytes that are in your blood and in your body tissue, causing a little bit of dysfunction. So, as a general rule of thumb, if you're sweating heavily for extended periods of time, then mixing in some sport drink or all sport drink will help you maintain not only hydration status, but also electrolyte and even delivering some carbohydrate, which can help you sustain your performance. So I'm Dr. Rob Wildman, and that's your Sport Nutrition Bite. Good hydration.